Welcome to a video. Right now it is currently 3:34 in the morning on October 11th, Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope y'all will have a great weekend. This is my third take, so I hope everything will be okay. Man, there's a mosquito and it's harassing me, so I hope it does not fly by again. And yeah, let's get it started. So I did make a list. Here it is. I'm going to talk about work, then I'm going to talk about 1% and what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the mic and the flagship phone. I did put a status. I'm going to also talk about video that YouTube AI has suggestions to make, and it's pretty cool, so I'm thinking about it. And after the dotted lines, I also wrote, this is if we have more time. If it's the video is less than 20 minutes, then I want to talk about spiritual versus technological, because the commenter I enjoyed reading, he wrote something really good, and it was something I was really puzzled why I see these people so attached on their phones. I call them the spiritually unalive people, because they seem to be on autopilot. It just seems like they're not in control of themselves, but something else is in control of them. And he wrote something and it made sense to me, and I was like, wow, is that why the people I'm encountering are like that? They're more into technological, they're not spiritual. Anyways, and then I want to talk about 3 types of friends need in life. I saw this on YouTube Shorts and I want to share it. It's pretty good. That's if we make it less than 20 minutes. You know, who knows? I don't really know. If we feel like talking, we're just going to talk about it too. Why not, right? Why not? Why restrict ourselves? So, about work. I am tired of doing the gig economy. I had enough. Even just driving out to the spot, because it takes me an hour to get there. Just dealing with the drivers. I am just tired. I can't have any more peace driving, because people nowadays are just not the same anymore. They're not paying attention to the road and looking at the cars. There are a lot of messed up cars, scratched up, dinged up. When I say dinged, I'm not talking about like door ding. I'm talking about cars hitting another car. And I see a lot of bumpers messed up, and I'm thinking, is this either recklessness or insurance fraud? Like, what is it? So I'm on high alert constantly, because these people are, I don't know, I'm pretty sure they don't know that I'm looking at them, but I can see them on their phones, playing with their phones on the dash. Doesn't make it any more safe. The ones that are really dangerous are the ones that look at their crotch, their phone, or at their crotch, and they're just looking down. And I'm thinking, man, stop pleasing yourself on the phone. Just focus on the road, please, please. But they can't do that. And for some strange reason, spiritually, they know that I'm around, and of course they have to pace me. And eventually I notice if it gets too stressful for me, unfortunately I have to turn out to wait till that person goes away. But of course, like the Father of Heaven says, I'm outnumbered, I'm outclassed. Because once that person goes away, there's another person. But it'll be different. Sometimes it'll be lighter and it's manageable, but sometimes it could be worse. And man, it's just very tiring. I'm very tired. I just want peace. I can't seem to get any peace, and it's just so terrible. Man, I know everywhere is not like this, because I could tell certain places people are just a lot better. They're more lively, considerate. But just the areas I'm going to, some just not right. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I gotta stop doing the gig economy. I don't want to do it anymore. And I think the Father of Heaven, he's letting this happen so that I could put more effort into doing the social media thing, or I should say media. because it's not social anymore. Right now it's driven by algorithms, not driven by people like it was before, where we could see random videos and, oh, we like it, we click on it. Now it's just very specific. It's based on tags, it's based on watch histories, based on certain things. And there's like videos on how to figure out the algorithm. And yeah, it's not social media anymore, it's just straight up media. It's for consumption, because I guess gotta make a sale, right? Anyways, yeah, so that's work. Let me mark it off. Work. Now let's talk about the 1%. Man, I remember reading the Atomic Habits. I gotta take little steps. Don't work on something else and totally forget the other. Just try to work 1% on each things that I'm working on and slowly build them up, because my thought was to focus on one thing, get it all out, then work on the next. But of course, nothing goes as planned. Oh yeah, I also wrote down different mindset. I also want to talk about this because it has to do with the tooth. So I did make a planner. I went into Canva, and my goodness, that was so simple. Why didn't I do it in the beginning? Because they have pre-made planners, but of course I could also make changes to it, and I'm going to do that. So I got one that has the time breakdown, because if anyone has watched my previous video, I talked about how each night when I get back to the house I feel terrible, got nothing done. But when I actually did get things done, but since I didn't mark it off, it just felt like I did nothing. But I did do some things, and things that I need to do. But I'm hoping it's not the busybody stuff, but more of the kingdom stuff. But how would I know unless I write it down, right? So I'm going to try to work on that. The planner, I did get one. I saved it to my laptop. I'm not sure, not my laptop, my tablet. I'm not sure how I'm going to work it. Should I put on Samsung Notes and then use the pen and write on it? Should I put in, I can't use Word doc because I have to get the subscription model in order to have it work on my tablet. So I think I have to, yeah, probably work with Samsung Notes. Well, I'll figure that out. If I find something really good, I'll share in the next video. And the one I wrote, the rebuild with the different mindset, is, remember how man, the tooth, I notice when I try to move forward on something, she would do something that will cause me to take several steps backward. And I don't think she knows it, but there's nothing really I could do. She is the owner of the house. So I'm pretty much at her mercy by her rules, and it's terrible. I hate it, and I don't want to be here anymore. But in order for me to do that, I have to do the Father of Heaven's 3 preceding commands to be free from the situation, to be free from the tooth. Because his 3rd preceding command to me was it emotional mastery, and I think she is the stone that I'm stumbling on that I need to overcome. So the reason why I put rebuild with different mindset is there are a lot of things that I want to do, but of course she would do something and everything would fumble, nothing will go as planned. For those that have been watching me in the beginning will know that I'm trying to sleep early, like around 8, 9, so I can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do a lot of things I need to do and then start work. Unfortunately, it's not working like that. I've been sleeping at 4:50, 5, even 6 in the morning. Just everything's just messed up because of the tooth. Something will come up, and I don't know why she just make things harder unnecessarily for me. Of course, I can't say it's not only for me. I've seen her done it to other people. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm gonna get upset. I've learned that because there's a lesson learned. There's a lesson to be learned, and I think the Father of Heaven is trying to teach me, even though things don't go as planned, go with the flow, be happy, keep it moving. Because as long as we're in a positive state, something will be done. We will find another way. It's not the end. He's going to make us be more innovative, creative in our problem solving. So I think that's what he's trying to teach me to do. So if something happens, if she puts a stumbling block, then I could just go around it, figure it out. So that's why I put rebuild with a different mindset. So we're done with that. Let's talk about mic versus flagship phone status. So I'm going to put here standby, and I want to share why. Excuse me. Sorry, I drink water. And for those that are new, I want to get a Sennheiser microphone. It's a very expensive microphone. It has phantom power because right now I'm using a little Rode video microphone, and I have to turn up the volume to the maximum. Unfortunately, I can't use my DJI because I have no I have no receiver. So, and that is a lot of money for the mic too. Yeah. Not, of course, it's significantly less expensive than the Sennheiser, because the Sennheiser, that thing is I think $850, not including tax. But that one I could use not only for the video, I could also use it for singing, because I also want to sing, and I also made a separate channel. And it's so cool because the AI music generator, I could keep the beats and I could sing over them instead of using the AI voice, and that's what I plan to do. And yeah, anyways, wow, I totally digress. So I put mic in the flagship phone because the mic, I don't need it now. I don't need it right away. That could actually wait, because right now the thing that is, when I do the vlogs, I'm not really using the video micro. I'm using the DJI mic 2, and that works with all my cameras. Well, not really. It works with my DJI cameras, but for my Sony camera, I also have a Sony microphone, so I'm set with the microphones for videoing. But just for the studio type like this, oh yeah, and also the IRL streaming, I don't think that's gonna work. Well, actually, I'm not gonna think about that yet, because that's why I wrote down the flagship phone, and I'm going to need to buy a flagship phone for the IRL streaming. But I'm thinking right now it's going to be too much because I got to focus on the other channel. So that's why I put standby. So the good news is I'm not going to spend any money on a mic. I'm not going to spend any money on the flagship phone. I think when we get to near the end of the year, that's when I have to seriously think about it. I think I have to do it, because if I say it, I better do it, kind of thing. A trust for myself, because I gotta learn how to trust myself again. Because man, things were shaky the beginning of this year. It was just so terrible, so terrible. But we could fix it as long as we have our health, we have our mind. Our mind is straight. It's okay. We should be able to recover from that. So yeah, standby. Not going to spend any money on a mic. Not going to spend any money on a new phone. We're just going to put on standby and work on the other channels and work on the media and see if we get monetized. Alright, we got that out of the way. Whew, man, I'm out of breath. Only 14 minutes? Oh, mo. I thought that was like 20 minutes already. Anyways, make video from AI suggestion. So, man, YouTube has a lot of cool stuff. The AI, I realized not only could it read the descriptions, but it could actually watch our videos. It will watch our videos and compile the stuff up and then create idea suggestion. That may be scary, that might be cool, but to me, I think it's cool because I believe that we shouldn't do anything that we have to hide, that we should hide. And because the reason why I say that is because when it comes into the day of judgment, when we before the Father of Heaven, it will be a very good example for us, because if we are honest here in this world, for sure we'll most likely will be honest in the kingdom of heaven. Because from what I saw in scripture, people will still think that they're alive, and they think they could say things to the Father of Heaven and the Father of Heaven will not know it. But it doesn't work like that. So that's why I say it could be scary, it could be good, but I think it's good that we need to be mindful of the things we say. Not only that, but it's good to be honest and yeah, keep ourselves accountable, things like that. Anyways, about the gotta try not to digress, because man, keep on subject, because the YouTube AI was talking about the tooth, and I'm sure it doesn't know that it's not a physical tooth, and I'm surprised that it knew it was not a physical tooth. But it was the thumbnails it was creating were tooth, and it'll have like tooth with hearts or tooth with green tree, like building. It had like symbolism in there, and I was very surprised at how witty the AI could be. And the suggestion when it was writing out the outlines and the description, it has nothing to do with our physical teeth. It was talking about family problems, how we could deal with it, and it was giving me suggestions of what I could talk about and what I could touch upon. And I was just wow, amazed. I was so amazed, because literally what the YouTube AI is doing is making things easier for me, because I could just talk about those things. And it wasn't just about the tooth, it was talking about the whole, not talking about, it was just suggesting me the whole other things that I should do, car life, what to do, how to make things easier, how to be frugal, about wild foraging. For those that have watched my videos way back when, you know the type of videos I do, and the YouTube AI will know and will bring those stuff up and say, hey, you talked about this before. Then he give you some suggestions, some outlines you could use, and pretty much I could just go back and make videos on that. So I'm thinking maybe I'll give that a try, or yeah, why not, right? Why not? Why not? I'll pick something. I'll show an example of what before I started it, maybe I'll show an example of what YouTube shows me. Let me figure out how to do the screenshot and everything, because it's really cool. It is really cool. Wait, I could do a video on that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. So yeah, let me mark that out. Are we in the 20 minutes? 18 minutes. All right. Looks like we're in the dotted line. Why not go all out, right? Why not go all out? Yeah, we'll go all out. It's Saturday, and yeah. So the commenter I enjoy reading, he wrote down in the comment. I'm paraphrasing, so if you guys want to see the full detail, check the comments on the previous video of this one. Wow, why is my computer running so high? I turned off the Windows update. Right now it's showing that it's running at 70%, 60%. So something is going on. Yesterday it was going off at 100%. So I think there's some sort of update Windows did, even though I had a program that will stop it from updating. It shows that it's not updating. So I'm not sure what's going on. I probably have to figure it out. Anyway, sorry for digressing. About the spiritual and technological, I notice a lot of people, they're just not there. I mean, it seems that they're there, but they're not. I mean, it's from their energy. People would say their vibes, vibrations, or even looking in their eyes. Because the people say the eyes are the window to the soul, and they're just, when I see people or around them, it's just they don't seem to be there. They seem to be out somewhere else, and probably out with their phones, their technological phones, or whatever it is. And I wrote down here, lights. This is just one, because there's a whole slew of things that are going up against us. Because I remember reading and also hearing stuff about stuff in the sky, how there's trails up there, and these things will make us easier easier to absorb things, like subliminal things that we see and information. Well, I don't know, I forgot what it's called, docile, makes it docile or something like that. Of course, I'm not saying it is, but then I would see different views on it, and I'm thinking could be something to it. Not only that, there's the water, how we're drinking, there's a lot of chemicals such as the plastics, and also the women chemicals like birth control. Pretty much things are high estrogen, and man, there's a lot of stuff. Not only that, even our food are modified, like the soybean, a couple other foods, and it's not looking good, especially for men. And yeah, anyways, and this affects us spiritually, because I think the more we're not spiritual, we'll seek something to fill it. And I think people are not filling their spiritual with the spiritual thing, but with technology, filling a void with technology. Like, I remember I'm starting to see a lot of stuff where people have relationship with AI or something like that. They're talking to AI, and there was a story of how there are people that would unalive themselves when the AI told them to, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, that really? And yeah, I mean, the reason why I also wrote down lights, street lights, car lights, screen lights, those lights, anything with LED that actually affect us. Because there's actually a law in California where we're not supposed to use regular incandescent lights anymore for whatever reason, but those incandescent lights actually help us sleep. It doesn't mess with our mind, our sensory, because when we have the LED light, there's a frequency to it that keeps us awake, that keeps us there's studies on it of what the LED lights do to us. Because now some areas I noticed they're putting like black lights, but LED lights, okay? Even the car lights, the LED lights, that also has impact on us. And of course, the screen on our phones, the screen on our laptop, it produces these blue lights, and there's just a whole lot of things. So the reason why I mentioned that is because that also makes us, was it the word docile? Everything is trying to make us docile, so that the spiritual, we just don't want to deal with it, and taking the easy path, the technological stuff, scrolling social media, just searching for things, getting the quick high, the quick dopamine hits of social media, just scrolling, like, oh, that's good, like TikTok, things like that. And of course, I think spiritual is, we have to work on it. We have to self-reflect. We have to be considerate to others, be thoughtful to others. And not only that, it's about giving love, receiving love, giving positivity, giving peace, receiving it back. Of course, not all is gonna get back, but whatever the people don't give, the Father of Heaven will hook up, will give to us. So yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, 2:20, and I'm so tired. But anyways, since we're here, why not talk about the 3 types of friends need in life? I am so sorry for butchering the spiritual and technological. I had something really good, but I'm just so tired and I just forgot the things I wanted to say. I should have wrote it down. That's what I should have done. Oh well. Anyways, let's talk about the 3 friends that we need in life. And I was surprised because I hit all these 3. The first one, we need a friend that tells us the truth as is. No sugarcoat, no nothing, just as it is. Meaning, if we do something wrong, wait, is that right? Yeah, that they'll tell us right away, like, hey, that's not right, you shouldn't do that. That they keep you in check, and they just honest, flat out honest with you, not in a bad way, but in a good way, just lovingly, like, hey, I don't think you should do that, or hey, that's not good. They just keep you accountable, or things that doesn't look good, or they could tell you like, hey, that doesn't look right, I don't think you should use that, or whatever. Just someone that's very truthful, honest. So we do need one of those friends. The more the better. So we need someone that is truthful, or I should say honest. A friend that could keep us accountable. Okay, the next one is confidant. Man, I don't know. Someone where we could confide in. Someone that we could share the things that we're going through, and they could keep it, and also could give us suggestions without any bias, like whatever their thoughts. It's like, oh, something that would encourage us to think on our own, and of course share if they have suggestion, if they have dealt with it, share their suggestion, but encourage us to figure it out, of course, because we don't want to do the blame game. And yeah, we need someone we could confide in, someone we could trust, someone that will not spread out to others and make news if something goes wrong. They could use it against us. Just someone that we could trust, that hey, I'm going through this, I need to share it because the baggage I'm having is too heavy. Can you take some load from me, kind of thing. So yeah, we need someone that we could confide in to take the load off. So yeah, let me put that down. Someone to confide in, someone we could trust, that would not talk behind our back. And the last one is someone that, I can't say the D word, but it's the opposite of being alive. Someone that would ride and would be unalive for us, if that makes sense. Meaning, if something happens, they'll be there, like no questions asked. And interestingly enough, I do this. There was a couple of friends that did this for me too, but the reason why I lost them because I was hanging with a different crowd. So I lost my original friends because I absorbed the mentality of the new ones. I'm just gonna be straight. It was Vietnamese people. So this is why I'm gonna stop hanging. I'm not saying all Vietnamese people are bad because I'm Vietnamese myself, but man, no more Vietnamese for me. Anyways, I want to talk about me and my original friends. We didn't ask each other anything. We didn't question each other. Like when my friend, he needed to pick them up like around 2 or 3 in the morning. It's like, hey, I need your help. Can you pick me up? I just need you to pick me up. And it'll be like, man, it's so late. Of course, I'll be grumpy. I was like, dude, you know what time it is? Like, yeah, but I really need your help. Of course, I'll let off a couple cuss words, blah, blah. And then I'll just head out there. And likewise. But the funny thing is, we're still there. We're like tighter than family. So it's pretty cool. When I need help, of course, they're there. They don't question it. They might ask why. I was like, dude, I just need you to come over. Can you help me out? Or can you chill for a bit? I'm just so out of it. It's like, dude, I'm so tired though. It's like, yeah, but I really need someone in person to talk to. You know, like, freak. Okay. So we come over and just talk about things, and you know, the atmosphere will be cool. And like, yeah, thanks, man, I'm really grateful. Things like that. So we need someone to, I guess, be there, just to be there. And likewise, we'd be there for them. So yeah, I guess someone that will be there without question. I spelled that wrong. There without question. So yeah, those are 3 types of friends. Interestingly enough, those that serve the Father of Heaven should already have those quality and more. But that's the stuff I really gotta work on. Well, not these 3, but a lot of other stuff, such as being slow to anger, and I think that's it. The emotional mastery. That's the one I really gotta work on. Cause these other stuff I already got it, but the emotional mastery, that's the one I have trouble on. And serving others. Yeah. So those are the other things I gotta work on myself. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. I apologize for dragging the video so long. It's more than half an hour. I'm tired. I've been blabbing. I'm sorry. But I do want to say thank you to all those that watched the video all the way through. If you enjoy the content, please consider helping me out with a like, a comment, a share, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe, because it really does help the algorithm and push out the content. And I want to say thank you to those that are supporting me. I'm very grateful for your help. And it's very encouraging. And what am I going to do tomorrow? Well, not tomorrow. What am I going to do today? I am going to work on the music video, because like it's the 11th, and remember the Suno AI, I gotta start using those credits. I still have like 2,000 credits. I don't even know what to write, what prompt to use. I'm gonna have to figure out something. Work on that, and I'm going to have to work on the scripture channel, because I haven't made an intro for that. I have made the intro for the review channel and the fatherless channel, which is great, but now I gotta make some images and have it live, because right now it's still on standby until I upload those videos. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next, the Most High willing, hallelujah, and Sinji Dua, and I hope y'all will have a great Saturday.